Aloha guys, it is official Saturday, May 16th. Hawaii Beach is officially open. It was such a great sight to see people on the beach. The beach was noticeably occupied by 90% of locals here, which is great because normally you would probably see 90% being occupied by tourists, of course. So it was great to see the locals being able to enjoy their beach. You can now lay out with social distancing still, of course. Previous to that, you could have only been in the water. No sunbathing, no tanning. We just wanted to show you guys what it looks like in comparison to where we were just a couple months ago. Personally, we feel Hawaii has done a great job quarantining locals as well as visitors. I've spoke to officers today asking them about people being arrested and how they're able to kind of stay on top of that. Now, the answers was kind of short, but basically they would approach these tourists and ask them specific questions, and eventually the tourists will give them the answers they really were looking for, that they are violating the quarantine. They've been here less than 14 days and they're out and about, when technically when you do come to Hawaii in this point, you are supposed to be quarantined for 14 days. Speaking about quarantine, I did read some type of information that says 70% of the hotels here in Oahu will be putting in place a one-use key card. Basically what that means, upon check-in, your key card into your room will only be able to be used once. Once you're in your room, the key card is no longer valid. If you step out of your room, you're now officially locked out of your room. And this is a way to help the quarantining situation. I did ask the officer this question for verification, and he was unaware of the information, but he said it would be great if they did implement that system. So that's something you guys can do a little bit more research on and find out if they will be doing that. The stay-at-home order has been extended until the end of June, just in case you guys were wondering. There was a 23-year-old tourist from New York who was recently arrested here in Honolulu for violating the 14-day mandatory quarantine. He's now scrambling for a $4,000 bail. And it's a very difficult situation. We know everyone wants to get out, everyone wants to go on vacation, but with the quarantine in effect, sometimes it's just not worth it, and it might just be best to just kind of wait this out. Also, on May 15th, a lot of the major malls and stores did open up, but there were very little shoppers, so it's obvious people still are wary of going out, which is kind of a good thing at this point. Honolulu Zoo did open its door despite the governor's orders not to, so we will see how that pans out, and we'll see if people actually show up at the zoo. We do get a lot of questions on our Instagram and in our vlogs of people who have booked vacation here to Hawaii, and it's in July, and they're asking us, do you think that the quarantine will be lifted by then? At this point, I'm not sure. No one knows. We're just opening things up now, and hopefully, we don't get a second wave. So we'll leave it here. Again, this was just a quick video just to give you guys a visual on what the beaches look like now that they are open, and we'll see you in the next one.